like that. And when Cali was already on lockdown, Texas was still like, I know people in Texas, they were still going to the store freely, and it was just, it's different. But I got to get back to the boxing. Gennady Golovkin, 38 years old. Can he beat Canelo right now? Why are you making a face already? Can he beat Canelo? I was born ready. Can he beat Canelo Alvarez in a third fight? Yes, no, maybe so. Come on, Iccy. You got to let me know something. You just laughing, so that's I already know what that means.
Because I'm already thinking of like what I want to say. Like,
can he beat him?
Nah, no, hell nah.
Why?
Hell nah, guys, hell nah, no.
That's actually good. That's it. Oh wow. Why? Why can't he beat him?
Yo, because Triple G, for one, I do not think that Triple G suddenly got old overnight. And that led to
say it again for the people in the back, because I know what you meant when you said
I'm gonna repeat it. I do not believe Triple G got old overnight.
Hold on, hold on, Iccy. I gotta give you some. Say it again. Hold on.
I do not believe that Triple G got old overnight. Real talk. Plain and simple.
Explain why. So you think I'm gonna let you explain it.
Okay. So I'll say it like this. Triple G started getting a lot of notoriety around the time I was still in high school. Particularly, I remember him getting a lot of attention my junior and senior years. Yeah. So I was like maybe 17 at the time when I started really getting into Triple G. And at the time, I ate the same shit up. You know what I'm saying? He's like middleweight Tyson, and you know he's knocking everybody out. Blah 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 blah. This is before I fully understood the ins and outs of boxing. And as I learned more and more and more from just unbiased sources of media that use facts as opposed to what they think can happen and what might happen and what should happen and what could happen, and you know started using more of just being more unbiased and taking what they saw as the instrument to measure the performances of Triple G and someone and you know things like that. You know, when Triple G, it's so crazy to me because people say they want Charlo to fight Daniel Jacobs because Daniel Jacobs is, you know, he's the man apparently, right? He's the man now. I'm not taking no credit away from DJ. He's great. Daniel Jacobs is awesome.
Shout out to my dude.
He's dope. One of my favorite fighters for sure. Shout out to Brownsville. But if you go and look on old videos right before that fight happened, Triple G, Daniel Jacobs, you will find these same people in here talking about Triple G's gonna knock this bum out in one round.
Yeah.
What's Daniel gonna do against Triple G? What's he got for Triple G? Triple G's gonna drop this clown. Triple G's gonna KO this clown. We're gonna show that black man from Brooklyn, you know, because there be some of y'all in there, some of y'all racists in there. But none of those people gave Daniel Jacobs any kind of credit. And then he fights Triple G, and all of a sudden this, you know, Triple G is looking kind of older now because he fought Kell Brook and Kell Brook gave him trouble. Or, you know, that's the big thing. Triple G is older now. He's old.
But you notice it's always a convenient like escape. It's always a
Didn't they say he was sick or something?
Yeah, so listen to this. Like when Wilder, he fought, I think it was Luis Ortiz's first fight. He knocked Luis Ortiz out. So winning the fight, he said he was sick. That's why his weight was so low. He said he had the flu real bad. And he almost, shouldn't have fought. People get mad at Wilder for saying these things. But then when Triple G fought Gabe Rosado and he didn't look necessarily great, they said he had the flu. Now Triple G looks like he about to get slept by Canelo or at least beat up. Now they're saying he's too old. So it's just like there's no way they don't ever want to give certain guys credit. That's the bottom line.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand how y'all can
opinion,
watch.
I was in New York. I went to the Triple G versus Jacobs fight, right? I thought Jacobs beat him. Close fight, but I thought Jacobs edged him. The same people who are saying, oh, no way, Triple G smashed him, your boy lost and stuff, they're also the same people that are saying that Andre should fight Jacobs and Charlo should fight Jacobs. So if you disagree with me and you believe that Jacobs didn't beat Triple G, like I'm saying, then why would you not want to see Charlo fight Triple G or
Yeah,
Andre
if
fight Triple G? You want to see the loser of the contest, who you believe should be the loser. You want to see him fight another. You see how it's like they want that black on black, black murderers row, as opposed
fighting an
to
ex
Triple
Triple G
G.
opponent
Yeah,
was a requirement to land a fight with Triple G, why not have Charlo fight somebody like Marco Antonio Rubio or, Gabe Rosado himself or David Lemieux? Why y'all want him to fight Jacob so bad?
because bottom line is they know Jacobs is dope and they know Jacobs is good, but
Exactly.
they don't want to give him credit. So they'd rather have the black fighters off each other, black murderers row style, and then be done with it. And then the precious threat is no longer there, or at least it's
Something I
reduced.
hate seeing too is, and I don't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry. Something I hate seeing is when you know certain people are driven by this particular thing. We're gonna say it's the R word, you know what I mean? Because
Yeah, we
YouTube
know what
out
it
here
is.
tripping. But when we see people that are driven by that particular thing, they try and use a fighter of the same group of people that they seem to be going so hard against as an example as to why
I
they
know.
have no sort of biases. You feel me? Like a lot of things that is something that I'm really, really noticing right now. Anytime Errol Spence is talked about, there's a bunch of people that come out the woodwork. And don't get me wrong, I understand people want to see this fight. I want to see this fight. I would love to see this fight. I think it should happen. All right. There are a lot of people that come out the woodwork talking about, all right, fight Terrence Crawford, fight Terrence Crawford, fight
Yeah.
Terrence Crawford a beast, Terrence Crawford, I'll box you. And there's always this group of people that I'm like, y'all don't really like Crawford. Y'all just don't think he's as big of a threat to certain opponents, or or he's done the same kind of things that Errol Spence has done, or can do, has the potential to do. That's what it is to me. I don't
Well,
think, or it's the same thing with Charlo Andre. They don't really like Andre. You know what I'm saying?
they like
They just
Eddie
think,
Hearn, who's the racist like Eddie Hearn, and he's connected with Andrade, so they'll deal with Andrade. But they don't. When Andrade's he called Canelo the B word, and they hated Andrade for it. You know what I'm saying? A lot
yeah,
of people in the comment section. So you're not
yeah,
really.
that's ignorant. That's
Yeah, they're
bad
like, oh,
behavior.
he's stupid, he's a bum. Like you'll see all the comments, like who is he beating, blah blah blah.
I've met Andre, and he is a cool dude.
Yeah,
I
he's
asked
real
him
cool.
about that too. I told him, I said, what I asked him, I said, hey, this is right before the Canelo and Kovalev fight. I said, are you gonna run up on Canelo right before, like right after the fight, bro? Like, what you gonna do? And do you know how like sad it is to hear a fighter not feel defeated, but sound discouraged, like outside of the ring? Like, this man literally say he told me something along the lines of, man, I don't even know, bro. That man, he won't even give me the time of day. And
Well,
it's
they
like,
got him like the president. They like, sneak him out the back door and stuff like that. So because if you look at it, Edislandi Lara
that's
did that to Canelo, and then the fight was made, and that was a tough fight for Canelo, and nobody else has been able to do that. Yet a lot of people have wanted to fight Canelo, like
let me
Charlo.
just say, like, I understand this is boxing, but like having a fighter that works for you, like sneak out the back door and do all this like goofy shit is like extremely unprofessional, and the zone should like stop that, like allowing those kind of things. But that's just my opinion. It's not very
Yeah,
professional in
and
my
the
opinion.
other thing that's kind of weird with the zone that I noticed is the zone on their telecast, they seem like they promote all energy for middleweight fights with middleweights that they don't have any type of options on, like the PBC guys. Like they'll say,
Yeah.
"Oh, Andre, he wants to fight Charlo so bad," and they're spending time on live telecast with the zone talking about how Andre needs to fight or Charlo needs to fight Andre, but then Triple G's over there with the zone, and Canelo's over there with the zone, and Caleb Smith and Billy Joe Saunders, and they not pushing for none of those fights. Why would you not push for any fight to happen? And you have all these middleweights and super middleweights in or around the division that should be fighting Andrade, and you talking about Charlo.
It's
Andrade,
all about money. It's
Billy Joe
like,
Saunders ducked Andrade a couple times.
3 times.
And he failed a drug test. So,
and I'm counting the drug test as a duck. I don't care what
bro,
anyone says. You fail a drug test,
that's a duck
that's a
to me
duck.
because
That is a duck. I don't care what nobody
you're taking
says. That
something
is a
that you know
duck.
you can't take, and then if you get caught, that's a duck, bro. You didn't really want to fight because you didn't want to fight in the up and up.
Exactly.
And
People
then
can say, "Oh, the
Logan
substance,
Paul,
whatever, was legal with the what it is."
no, that's you weren't fighting in the UK, so that's not even
exactly. If you are a world level fighter, you should not be on any substance. If you are in the rankings for each sanctioning division at their belt representing the world champions, like I already don't think you should be on some type of substance unless you have a medical exception for it. And I know bullshit one. You know, if I needed to take Vyvanse for my ADHD, you know, so I can get that because I've been diagnosed since I was 6.
We know it's corruption and people cheating because you have to look at it. If you
really
have a
but
medical,
the point is, I got my papers for it. Like I can show you that it's not no bullshit. If that nasal spray excuse was BS.
The bottom line is if you actually have a medical clearance for something, you declare it. They give you a form where you could declare this before. So it's always better for you to declare it personally than them to find it. Like imagine if you're about to fly, let's say you're flying from LA to Texas, LAX, and they say, do you have any batteries or guns or weapons with you? And you say no. And then they look through your bag and find gasoline, weapons, and batteries and everything you said you didn't have. It becomes way worse because you didn't declare it. So it looks like you're trying to get one over on them.
And you could be a U.S. Marshal, a flight marshal, and that's still that same situation can happen. It's still gonna look weird because if you're an officer of the law and you're good, why are you hiding the fact that you have weapons?
You hide it. You would declare it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? So, yeah, DAZN is very. They make a lot of strange decisions.
Clout chasing, bro. It's clout chasing that they're trying to clout chase and build Andrade's name off of the Charlo. Charlo's up here on PBC showing mansions and basketball courts in his house and stuff. I don't think
people reach so far. Like I saw somebody in the comment section on that video where he was showing his house. They were like, it's kind of in poor taste for Charlo to be doing this kind of content during these times. And I'm like,
man, F that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Showing you the Lions Only den, bro. He's showing you the crib.
I don't understand what it is about people that fixates their mind on something negative whenever
I think it's an emotional. Successful. Bro, if Canelo shows his car collection that he has, these same people, a lot of them wouldn't say nothing.
Yeah. Like whenever I see fighters that are younger than me, that are doing more than me, I never fix my mouth to be like, man, fuck that motherfucker, man. This dude, this dude ain't shit. He ain't all that, whatever. I have my reservations about certain people, but it's never hating. It always pertains to boxing. Yeah. I'm never one of those people that's just going to be like, this person not going nowhere, blah, 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 at first glance, just because I don't like the way somebody looks or flosses. You know what I mean? So I don't understand what it is about these people that look at Charlo or other fighters and be like, so-and-so is, ignorant or too urban. And then they'll see, a fighter of Hispanic heritage or even white heritage and sometimes fix their mouths to say that kind of thing or the opposite. With Caucasian fighters, it kind of depends on how they present themselves. Because if you look urban, if you walk around with that Caesar fade and them earrings, they're going to have some words.
Caleb Plant. Shout out to my dude.
Exactly.
Yeah. But you see, Caleb Plant, he's just himself,
He's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's very cool. And
I like everything Caleb Plant says.
And he could scrap. He could really fight. He's like dope. And
Caleb is that dude. I picked him to be who's gotta be.
You see old media and stuff, they're not getting behind him like that. And he's nice with it. He can move.
And he's low-key country too.
Yeah, man.
Because he's from Tennessee. They don't like that. If you're not speaking that proper English,
bro, they
ain't gonna push for you.
But we got to finish up with the Gennady Golovkin subject. He can't beat Canelo. You don't think so?
No, not at all.
Why? What's the biggest deterrent? That
personally for me, I think Triple G. From what I've seen online, I don't know this for sure, so I'm not gonna. Don't for anyone watching, don't take this with a grain of salt because I don't know this man. I don't know his life. But from what I have seen and understood, just from pieces that I've gathered about Triple G, he does not stay in the best shape in between fights.
I've seen that.
And
I mean, that's a grain of salt. There's pictures and videos.
Yeah, but like you said, fat is not always.
I think it might have been later in his career though. I think now, like, recently, I've noticed it more recently.
Yeah. No. It wasn't right away. It wasn't earlier on. Like any picture that I've seen of him looking funny is from the last 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm. I've seen.
But
he moved to LA and got turned out. LA got a lot of good food. He's like, hey, what's that hot dog place? Pink's.
Yeah, Pink's is awesome.
Yeah, I had no Pink's dogs, everybody hot dog.
What's funny? My father actually ran into Triple G twice in LA.
Oh, where?
Yeah, one time he was just on the beach somewhere, and G was there with his kid and his wife. And then the second time, my father worked in this restaurant, like in Manchester. Yeah, and G was in there with his son, and but he's like, I kind of get it because he's a family man, but at the same time, there are other family men in boxing that don't do this same thing.
Andre Ward.
Exactly. Bro. People are gonna bring up. They're gonna say, this guy,
And Triple G avoided Andre Ward in case anybody's watching.
He definitely did
know that. He definitely.
Oh, he's dick riding Charlo. He's a Charlo lover. Charlo has 5 kids.
About them old media.
I never seen Charlo out of shape, and he got 5 kids, and they all little.
Yeah, and they talk that.
I never seen Charlo out of shape.
I like what the Charlos bring to the table because they talk that talk, but then they back it up. They have fun with the game. They're making money. They're young. I agree with every statement they make? No, but that's anybody. I like what they represent. They seem dedicated to the craft. Great underrated trainers. Derek James, phenomenal trainer, and Ronnie Shields, phenomenal. Ronnie Shields don't get enough credit. Derek James,
Ronnie Shields
because of Errol Spence and Jermell, and the fighters he has. But Ronnie Shields definitely needs. He's been around since Mike Tyson was fighting.
Ronnie is that dude.
Speaking of Mike Tyson coming back. What are your thoughts? I don't know if
I think it's great.
I don't know if he's really, but you seen them clips of him. He was looking kind of serious.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to fight Mike now. He looked like an animal. He looked like he's channeling some of that Iron Mike from back in the day.
I'm gonna eat your kid for breakfast. I want to eat it. Yeah,
I broke my back.
It's spinal. Facts. Hey, I ain't even trying to say nothing, but I feel like Evander Holyfield, he posted a clip and he kind of wanted some, like, hey, I'm coming back too. But he looked a little bit slower. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because Mike Tyson was looking like, and then Holyfield posted one, but it didn't move units like the Mike Tyson one got everyone hyped.
Holyfield is the more famous guy.
Do an exhibition.
That would be crazy. Something I saw that even in the UK, like I think almost 2 years ago now. I think because Chris Eubank was like inspired by his son, doing something after the George Groves fight or something like that. He was saying, "Yeah, I think I want to have a comeback fight" on Twitter or something, and people are like, "Yeah, Chris Eubank Sr." I don't think it's still happening, but he was saying like, "I want to have a comeback fight."
Nah, somebody who's got to fall back, bro.
Like even Nigel Benn was trying to come back. Yeah, and he was trying to come back. I'm glad he chilled because no disrespect to Nigel Benn, but like he trying to fight Sakio Bika.
Yeah, I seen that, bro. Some of these older dudes, no country for old men. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not that type of sport. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a young, hungry, and it's not even really a skill thing in certain situations. It's your ability, your cranium, your ability to take a shot from years of wear and tear and training.
Your physical assets are not the same.
It's just like you see the older people like on Life Alert and stuff like that. They fall and they can't get up, type of stuff. So
how many miles your car got on you?
Yeah, your body aches different. You can't recover as quick, and things. And like
being
that.
A boxer, it's exaggerated because depending on how you fight, a lot of times it's going to determine how clear you may or may not speak
And how many
in the future.
guys don't fight like Floyd Mayweather, where they're complete with offense and defense? You know, there's a lot of guys who
Holyfield has
went
been
out
through
on their
some
shit.
wars.
You think Floyd's gonna come back?
I mean, I don't know. Floyd is kind of unpredictable. He does his own thing. It would be cool to see, but I don't want to see him fight no this is gonna sound weird, but I don't want to see him fight no young and hungry dude because not anybody that's like a world champion at
I
147.
don't
Just
think he would.
because
Because if it ain't gonna be a world champion, then I don't think he's gonna fight him because it wouldn't represent enough of an event. You know what I'm saying?
true, and that's exactly why I don't want him to like see it. Like, or I don't want to see it. I would say, like a lot of people keep talking about Mayweather Pacquiao again, which I just rewatched on ESPN maybe like 2 weeks ago, and that fight was not as bad as a lot of y'all make it
It
seem.
really wasn't, but
It was a damn good fight in my opinion. Actually, it wasn't the
yeah,
most
it's a high
action
speed
packed.
chess match. Man, people,
Exactly.
boxing has a lot of emotional fans and a
You know
lot
what's
of beta males
crazy?
and casual.
This goes back to the live uh, experience because Andre Ward I was watching it on the ESPN telecast, and then it was Steve Farhood and Andre Ward commentating, and Steve Farhood was like, "Oh, he said something," and Ward was like, "Oh, you're right, Steve, and I guarantee you, everyone at home is thinking they got their money's worth tonight." And it's like almost the end of the fight, and I'm like, "Wow, that's crazy." Like the perception was so different during the time of the fight
Well,
that
you know what it
people's
is?
opinions. Yeah.
There's a lot of people that watch boxing particularly, and in the words of the late great Roger Mayweather, most motherfuckers don't know shit about boxing. Don't the fuck don't. And they watch it and they rely on other people to help them arrive at their decision. Like they'll go on Twitter to see what people are saying on Twitter, and it helps them, it persuades them into what they should feel. I even, and this is ego fun fact, when I go to fights and cover it and I'll be on press row, there's media people that do this. Like Ward will fight Kovalev, and then they'll start looking to their neighbor and saying, who won? Who'd you have winning? Who do you have? Because people aren't comfortable in what they seen with their own too, and breaking it down. It's like me, I don't care what nobody said. If Wilder Fury 1 was close to me and I have different opinions on that, then it is going to be what it's going to be. I'm not going to just say Tyson Fury mopped him in the first fight because that's what you want me to say. And I'm not going to say Ward lost to Kovalev when Kovalev faded. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say not Peter Quillen, Danny Jacobs Triple G wasn't a close fight and it could have went, either way.
Yeah, listen, just because other people don't think
be
it's
firm. Not. Yeah, you got to be firm on what you believe in.
That's like them dudes that you ever see a female be like, "Oh, men are the worst," and then here comes some nigga talking about, "Yeah, guys are just terrible, aren't we?"
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Get it together, bro. Stop that.
Final question for you to wrap up the Triple G.
All right, for sure.
Does Canelo Alvarez stop Triple G, or is he still at least durable enough? Because nobody's like really dropped him. He was hurt versus Deryevchenko, but nobody has
badly.
Why you had to add that? Yeah, he was badly hurt.
It was.
The ref even jumped in like, "Hey, get off him."
And I don't know what that was about. Harvey Doc.
That was really weird. That bro, Triple G was getting slaughtered at that moment, and like he just, man, you said it best earlier in this stream. You said, I don't think Triple G's getting old overnight. I think I think Triple G is good, but I think people bought into the package that HBO presented and hyped him up into feeling that he was like Superman. And now, because Floyd told you years ago, Mayweather did an interview. He said, "Oh yeah, Triple G, he's cool, no special effects," and that's what it is. Like Triple G don't have no crazy speed, he don't have no insane defense, no like Tyson Fury, Canelo, Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker defense or upper body head movement. He don't really have those things. So now, plus getting older, and like we talked about,
he's not super defensively responsible either.
Yeah. And then on top of what we already said earlier about him not being in like crazy shape year round and kind of looking a little bit soft and pudgy at times in his offseason, all this stuff adds up. And now you're left with a guy with a great jab, experience, and power, and he has a chin. Triple G, he be walking through some stuff. Triple G got a chin for sure.
There's nothing.
But you don't want to rely on him.
there's nothing I want to say that jumps out as unpredictable or surprising when it
See,
comes to a
that's a
Triple G
great
fight.
that's a great terminology. Like Pacquiao at age 41, 42 is still a factor because he has X factors. He's still very unpredictable. Like, bro, Keith Thurman, if you go watch this fight, I was there. Keith Thurman versus Pacquiao. Yes, it's something like my promoter. You know, Keith Thurman was winning the first round, and like that, Pacquiao clipped him, backing straight out, and just jumped in like Superman and hit him with several punches, and then he just fell straight back like a
And the next
Frankenstein.
5 rounds, he went on to beat the hell out of Keith Thurman too.
Oh yeah, Keith was leaking, but he was.
Bad,
But
bro.
I promise you, watch that round again. Keith Thurman was winning all the way up until like the last little part,
You're right. I remember.
and Pacquiao just jumped in. Do, 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 do. Triple G ain't got no 2-2-2-2. He ain't got no
Yeah,
ish
there's
Amir Khan.
nothing super explosive. Like
He
I
got
remember people
power.
were saying, yeah, he's strong, but that does not equal like explosiveness. You know
You
what I'm
know what I
saying?
think
It's
is the turning point for Triple G?
mm,
One mistake that he made, him and his team, that has forever changed his career.
chasing Canelo.
That's a good one. That's part B. But part A is fighting Kell Brook, because Kell Brook is a good fighter, but he's a welterweight. I think the moment he struggled with Kell Brook, like you said earlier, and was getting hit with uppercuts and stuff like that, people looked at Triple G like, okay, he was getting tested by a welterweight. He was getting tested.
Kell
Like,
Brook is a big ass welterweight. I've seen him in person.
yeah, I know he is, but he still was a welterweight, didn't acclimate, and then moved up to fight
Yeah,
Triple
it's like I'm not
G.
saying like, oh, he's a big welterweight, so
No,
he
but I'm
just
saying
against
Triple
his
G, I
pounder,
don't
no
think
way.
you put it this way. Name somebody from 35 who's going to move up with no acclimation and dog Terrence Crawford or Errol Spence at 47.
Nobody.
Exactly. You know, or really even have much success with them straight away.
Yeah.
And Kell Brook did. And I think that was an eye opener. And you see the Jacobs fight and Billy Joe Saunders and stuff came to the table, or at least they showed an interest more in wanting to fight Triple G, because it's like, man, this welterweight was hanging before his eye gave out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it was I don't know. It was just first of all, Pacquiao seeing Pacquiao fresh like that was an eye opener. But seeing what he did against Keith Thurman was like, damn, I can't see Triple
Pacquiao
G
did
doing
get
that
tired though
against.
late. He was tired.
Yeah,
His
for sure.
stamina's not what it was when he was fighting Mosley and all that.
Because he
But
could just do that for 12 rounds and like be straight.
because he was fighting
Um,
Margarito and his battery was insane. He just had a battery in his back and it just never would stop.
but to still be like, it's funny because that just never stopped. Like it's funny because training at Fortune Gym, you get to learn a lot of things about boxing. And for the most part, like Justin and Freddie, like, they still walk Manny through all the training things that they need to. But he's 40 years old, you know what I'm saying? He knows what he needs to know about the game in order to
Oh
win.
yeah.
So a lot of most, it's funny because I talked to Justin. He's like, yeah, we taught him everything, and he's Australian, but I'm not going to do his accent. He's like, yeah, we've stood right there with him, taught him everything we need to. You're not going to teach him nothing new at this point. There's like the main thing that we do is like telling him to stop because
Yeah, that's what Freddie
many
Roach said.
he don't like if you don't give him a limiter, like he won't stop. Like he'll just keep going,
Yeah.
going.
Freddie Roach told me that
Training.
too. He said he's like a gym rat and like he won't take the day off and he just be woo 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 woo. Like he'll be everywhere. All right.
Yeah, Justin says like, yeah. Okay.
Final question.
What's up?
Because I'm gonna wrap this up. If you could watch one fight, like let's say this Rona shit messed boxing up so bad that we can only get one major fight this year, what would that fight be? One fight out of a big fight. We can get little fights and then one big one. What would you want to
All
see
right.
this year? One fight.
Okay. I'm gonna say two.
That's the opposite of saying one.
All right. Can I say two though?
Oh my God. Okay, two.
All right.
See, that's the
Now
80.
this first one, listen, this first one is gonna be kind of obvious to some people, but
Go.
Jermell Charlo versus Jason Rosario.
That's tight.
But the one that is a big fight. I do want to see that. But the one fight that I want to see the baddest, like just I
Spit it
absolutely
out.
want to see
Today, Junior.
is
Go.
Jermall Charlo, the big one, 160 pounder,
Yeah.
versus Chris Eubank Jr.
That's a good one.
I think that that will be fight of the year when and if it does happen. I used to, because they're two of my favorite fighters right now. I see their styles clashing. A lot of people don't give Eubank Jr. credit. They think Jamal is just going to go in there and dog walk him. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Chris is a lot. Let me say this: Chris might be able to beat some of y'all's favorite fighters. Like real talk. Like now,
He got a
Eubank
good.
Jr.
His volume is crazy. Like his
Yeah,
volume,
he's
what he
not.
was doing.
Chris is not for play. Like when he said that he thinks he could beat Canelo Alvarez, people scoffed at it and was saying, "Oh, this is bullshit. You got to learn how to box." And da 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 da. And in my head, I instantly thought, "Hey, well, I've never seen Canelo do this, throw this many punches per round every round of a fight." You know what
And
I'm saying?
Canelo get tired about round 5, 6.
Exactly.
So it's not out of the question. That's just man fans
Yeah,
talking.
Eubank's athleticism is insane. He has a great chin. Him and Jamal are both mean as hell too. They're not
Yeah, I
shy
like
from
that
the
mean
camera, none
streak.
of that. Exactly, like that. I love that. Like every time I see something about them mentioning each other, I get hype as hell. I get fired up. Like that makes me want to fight, bro. Like seeing that kind of stuff again and just being excited about it because it's two of my favorite fighters, two guys that I admire when it comes to their work ethic and just staying in shape and just who they are. Um, Having that animalistic, just mean side to them or whatever. I really get behind fighters like that. They aren't afraid to just be themselves. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
the Charlos definitely are. They be going in on media reporters, all types of stuff. All right,
Yeah,
for mine, I gotta give you mine as well. I think Teofimo versus Lomachenko. I really want to see that. I just need to
that's
see
just sick.
because Lomachenko has received a lot of like forward praise before he's accomplished. They're saying he's pound for pound. Teofimo got a lot of momentum right now, and he has a style. And I think this is the first time that Lomachenko has fought somebody with this particular skill set, style, attributes, where it's a compelling fight. I can't think of, you could say Nicholas Walter, but he was off a draw to Jason Sosa and a long layoff.
And how long ago was that?
Yeah, and that was a different weight class and stuff like that. So that's a fight I'm really checking for. And I would say Wilder Fury 3 because I want to see. I just think it's a huge event, pandemic happening, but also even
That's the
like
biggest fight in the world, in my opinion.
the ring walk. What would Wilder do for his ring? Last time he said the 45-pound costume. So what is his ring walk? Is he going to be all business? I need to see these little things, and I want to
I think it
see
would be dope if he went back to basics and just put on like the old school,
mask.
just like the solo mask he used to just
Yeah.
have. That would be dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's an event. I need to see it, and I need to see how he's trying to fight Tyson Fury. If Tyson Fury just has his number, or if he's going to go in there and try to he got to let his hands go early and often. I want to see if he's learned and what he's learned. So I
Yeah,
think
for
those are my
sure.
fights. Now, where can the fans follow you, Iccy, in case they want to get in touch with you and see what you're
So
up to?
on Twitter and Instagram, my username, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, my main accounts are all the same name. I see the one. You see it on the screen somewhere around here. Eagle can redirect you. But I see the one. That's ICCYTHEONE. And that's all my main stuff. That's my Instagram, Twitter. Twitter I mostly use for boxing. Instagram is a little more personal. But you guys can follow me on there. Every once in a while, I'll post like a video or something about boxing or, check out my stories. Just follow me. Look at my ascent to the, pro ranks when I eventually get there, through the amateur ranks right now. Just waiting for boxing to get, back and continue doing what I love when the time comes for it. And You know what? I'll give up my PlayStation Network too, just because. So if you want, you can friend me on PlayStation on PSN at Sir Iccy the One. I had to change my name for reasons, but Sir Iccy the One is my PSN. Y'all can follow. Y'all could friend me on there too. We could play. I don't know. If y'all are cooped up in the crib, I got Modern Warfare, Tekken 7, whatever. Y'all can shoot me a friend request and we could play.
All right. Well, I appreciate having you. I'm gonna wrap this up, and hopefully everyone's being safe out there in this quarantine. This is a new format. We just sampling stuff, talking this boxing talk, giving you guys what y'all want. Links in the description for ESPN Plus. Get the bundle. Also head over to the Patreon, because we're gonna do some different things like this and make it more exclusive to Patreons and the YouTube channel members. This is just a little introduction of the power. We've been working on different things. So appreciate your time, Iccy. And as always,
I'm glad. Thanks for having me on, Ego. Shout out to Army. All the shooters. Love y'all. And we out of here.
We out. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.